The wellness industry is booming right now, yet many health coaches remain on the sidelines, unsure how to turn their passion into profit. With the global wellness economy reaching $6.3 trillion by the end of 2023 and projected to be $9 trillion by 2028, there's never been a better time to enter the field. Health coaching alone is expected to grow from 20 billion in 2024 to 22 billion in 2025. This is a massive opportunity for you. However, without a clear roadmap, many aspiring wellness entrepreneurs risk getting lost in the noise, missing out on the opportunity to make a meaningful impact and build a sustainable income. I have helped wellness professionals go from passion to profit, from zero clients and income to six-figure, soul-satisfying health coaching practices. And today, I'm giving you the exact 5 steps to start your business with clarity, purpose, and momentum in 2025. Let's dive into the 5 straightforward steps to launch your wellness business today, transforming your passion into purpose and making a real difference in people's lives. Step 1 is to get clear on who you serve. If you're going to build this incredible business, make a meaningful impact, we have to narrow down who can you serve. You can help lots of people with lots of things, but that is how you get lost in the noise. You have to stand out as the world's leading expert in that tiny area of expertise. So I call that your purpose-driven expert niche. So it's looking at those things that light you up, that feel fun to do. In fact, you help people with that, even if they didn't pay you. And then there's those things that you are good at, that you have a track record in, that you've been able to solve some problems in, either for yourself or someone else. And that's your expertise. And the sweet spot, the intersection of that purpose and that expertise is your purpose-driven expert niche. So really consider, what are some of the things that you've solved for yourself? Mine your own story for the gold that's always there. When we are working with our clients closely, we really dive into, and I apply a process I have called the story gold mining process. And we look in there because your experience, everything that you've lived has brought you to this point right now. There is a reason that you went through some things that you did. I always like to say, none of us wants to really be an expert in those things that we're an expert in. We did it the hard way. We overcame some incredible challenges, but through the process, we learned something. And now we can be the beacon to guide and shine the light for others who can follow in our footsteps for a much easier journey. And that is valuable. So I know when I'm looking to accomplish something that I've not done before, I'm always looking now, has anyone else done that? And can they fast track? Because that is the least expensive way to do that. And so your clients may have been struggling with things for years, and it may have taken you years to get on the other side of it. But now that you are, you know things. So what are some things that you've overcome for yourself? And then in your experience, who do you feel called? Really check in on your heart. Who do you feel called to help? It might be a community that you worked with as a profession. It might be a cultural community that you're a part of. Who do you feel like you most want to work with? Who are your people that you want to serve? And let's dive into who can you help? And then the next piece is really, what are the problems that they have? And what are the solutions that they're wanting? So there's 3 parts of who can you serve. It's who are they? Think of what age demographic. Are they male, female? Do they have a certain medical condition? Do they have Crohn's? Do they have celiac? Do they have MS? What is the problem that you know how to help with? And what are some of the symptoms, the complaints that they might have? Is it bloating? Is it headaches? Is it weight gain? Is it burnout? What are some of the things that you know how to assist with? And then what are those people with those problems looking to have? What is their dream come true? So it might be a slimmer waistline. It might be improved gut health. It might be energy. It might be being able to sleep through the night. What are the things that they would really want? and write those down. And that starts to form the basics of your purpose driven expert niche, those people that you can help. Step two is packaging your unique genius into a signature program, a simple, powerful offer. So, if we consider who you're serving and the problem that you're solving and the dream come true that you're delivering, let's call that point A to point B. How do we get from point A to point B? So you're going to look at, what did you do? How did you do it? What were the steps that you went through? Of course, you're going to be wanting to stay within your scope of practice. So if you're helping somebody with something that you don't know how to help with, this is not your niche. The one thing that I know for sure, that you are the world's leading expert at being you. You cannot be the world's leading expert at everything, but you can be the world's leading expert in one thing. And that one thing is you. So there are some things that have made you into the person that you are right now. And if you look at that and that track record, that's going to inform, what are the problems that you know how to solve? What are the solutions that you know how to deliver? And now we just reverse engineer it. So, what are the steps? You want to have a step by step approach. Start with the things that are the biggest result transformation for the least effort on your client's part. So, things like drinking water can be a great first step. Maybe hydration was really important. It helps with weight loss. It helps with mental clarity. It helps with anti-aging. That's something simple to do. So you're going to start with the basics, and then some of the other things as you progress along are, you have to have cleaned up your diet. You have to have improved your sleep. You've had to get your body moving. And then there might be some supplements or some additional things at the end. But write down a set of 6 to 12 steps that you are going to walk your person through to get the results. And now we want to look at, how much is that? How long do we need to work with our person to get a significant result? Not all the way there. And I recommend bringing that first bit into 12 weeks max. People have a challenge in focusing for longer than 12 weeks. As the seasons change, so do they. And they start to focus on going back to school or the holidays or traveling through the summer. As the seasons change, their distractions, their attention wanes. So keep it tight into 12 weeks. That's not to say that they're going to be all cured or they'll have gotten the final result, but they'll know how to do it. So you can't help someone lose 100 pounds in 3 months, but you can teach them how to lose 100 pounds in 3 months. And you can start them off losing 15 to 20 pounds in 3 months. And then if they keep going, they can lose that whole 100 pounds. So you can tell them what they need to know in a 3-month period. And of course, sometimes you'll want to keep working with them. Once we know who we can serve and we know how we are going to help them and over what period of time, we know what we're going to offer to help them, now it's time to find people that we can help. And so we're going to start with just step 3, start real conversations. More and more with the advent of AI, people are going to be craving actual human contact. And this is where you can really come in. Now, people don't know what you do as a health coach as you're hiding behind your computer screen or in your home. So you want to start having real conversations, not throwing information at them, but instead finding out about them. Be genuinely curious, genuinely interested in people. The truth is, over half of North Americans have at least one chronic disease. So as you talk to another human being, there is an excellent chance that that person can benefit from your help. But they have to want it. So be genuinely curious. Find out, how has life been for you? What are you up to lately? What have you been doing? How are things? And as you talk to them, It won't be very long before they start complaining about, I'm so tired, I'm so stressed, things are so crazy right now. And you can say, tell me more about that. What do you mean? And really listen to them. And if they talk about something that you know a thing or two about, this is not the time to pitch your program or anything like that, but just get more curious and book a time and just say, hey, I don't have time right now, but it sounds like this is really a significant thing for you. You know, I have time later today at 3 p.m. or I have a moment tomorrow at noon. If you want, we could hop on a quick call and let me see if I can hear you further and maybe point you in the right direction. And just be detached from outcome, but start those real conversations because people do business with want help from people they trust. And so, a great way to do that is to listen to them and hear what they have to say, and then either offer a free call or a free workshop. A free workshop is a great way to offer what I like to call educational marketing. So, even if people never come in closer, never get on calls with you, never actually become your client, they leave that experience better for having known you, better for having attended that workshop. And there is value in that. And maybe their issues are not so bad that they want to do anything about it yet. But that's not to say that's not going to change in the future. So, all the time, people have been grumbling along, and then something happens. Somebody gets a diagnosis, or maybe their friend gets a diagnosis, and they're like, man, you know what? I need to take this more seriously. There will be something in their life that takes them from just grumbling along to saying, that's it, line in the sand. I need to do something about it. And if you've had that conversation, if they've already gotten to know, like, and trust you, you are much more likely to be that person that they're going to reach out to than somebody that never started a conversation. So start real conversations with real human beings. And step 4 is take imperfect action and launch. In the movie We Bought a Zoo, Matt Damon's character is talking to his young son, and he is recalling how he met his mother. And he is saying how he was walking past a diner and then he needed 20 seconds of insane courage. And he's saying, yeah, just have to get over that. And the quote is, sometimes all you need is 20 seconds of insane courage. Just literally 20 seconds of just embarrassing bravery, and I promise you, something great will come of it. As you are reaching out and creating your wellness practice, it is going to require you to have moments of 20 seconds of insane courage. And on the other side of it, you are going to be so glad that you did. But that allows you to just take that momentary, sometimes people say, reaching out of your comfort zone. I like to say it as getting out of your familiar zone and stretching your comfort zone. So it's just going to feel awkward because it's unfamiliar. But if you're going to get results that you've never had before, we can't keep doing the same thing that we've always been doing. We can't keep hiding. Don't die with your music inside, as Wayne Dyer said. So don't wait for it to be perfect. I promise you, it will not be perfect. I promise you, the first time you do anything, it is going to be janky. You will fail, and that's how you succeed. The first time we do anything, whether we ride a bike or we learn how to ski or skate or anything, it's going to be janky. It's not going to be perfect. You know that from your own life. The first time you do a workshop, the first time you speak on stage, the first time you pick up a phone to do a sales call, it's going to feel awkward. But then here's what you do. You do it anyways. You take that 20 seconds of insane courage and you do it. Now, afterwards, here's what you're also going to do. You're going to ask yourself these 3 questions. Because the tendency is to think about, oh my gosh, I can't believe this worked, and you think negatively. This is never going to work. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I fell on my face. But instead, what we're going to do is we're going to ask ourselves these 3 questions, and it is an absolute game changer. You're going to say, what went well? Because there's something that went well. You did it. You did it. You took that 20 seconds of insane courage, if nothing else. What went well? Then you're going to say, how can I make it even better? And then you're going to say, what would I do differently next time? And then you're going to do it again and then do it again. And that is how I've been able to help so many coaches now go from zero income and zero impact and walk them all the way to 6 and multiple 6 figures. And even we have a 7-figure coach. It is by not retreating at the first thing. It's not by trying 50 things once and going, well, that didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work. Nope. We're going to do one thing. We're going to do it 50,000 times. We're going to do it. And then we're going to go, what went well? How can we make it better? What will we do differently next time? And do it again. And then what went well? How can we make it better? What will we do differently next time? And do it again and do it again and do it again. And that is how you create mastery. It is progress over perfection. I had a radiologist when I was a medical doctor for 25 years, and I was a radiologist and I was in my residency, and there was an amazing angiographer. And so we would have to put lines in people's carotids and all sorts of vessels and in these delicate arteries. And he said something, this wise old doctor who'd seen it all, done it all. I still remember the words that he said. He said, excellence is the enemy of good. Good enough is good enough. So sometimes as we're putting that catheter in and we've got it on the screen and we can see and we'd like it, it's good. It'll do the job. It'll do what we need it to do. But sometimes when people just start messing around to just get it just so, nick the artery, could be catastrophe. So he said, excellence is the enemy of good. And that is one of the reasons people procrastinate. Rather than actually going to help people that are literally right now dying for your help. We keep fussing with this and that, the logos, the websites, the this. I'm going to wait to see what I say. I'm going to wait until I'm perfect. That day never comes. And in the meantime, we could have had that 20 seconds of insane courage. We could have just done our best and then done it again and done it again. And then you can just walk step by step by step all the way to your 6-figure soul satisfying practice. Because right now, the wellness industry is booming and the world really does need you and your unique healing gifts. There is a reason why you went through what you went through. And now it's time to get those gifts out into the world. The 5th step is just to work with what works. So as you're taking that imperfect action, connecting with yoga studios and gyms, hopping on calls, doing workshops, starting those conversations, we're going to look at what went well. How can we make it better? What will we do differently next time? And extract from that and keep going. I've got a whole chapter on work with what works. Chapter 8 in 6-Figure Health Coach book, diving deeper into that whole process. I'm going to put a link below this video so that you can get a free copy of my book, 6-Figure Health Coach, so you can dive into it in more detail. The timing is now. There's never been a better time to get you and your healing gifts out there. More and more people want to personally align with their soul's purpose, do the work that they know they were meant to do. There may have been doors shut in your life, and it's for a reason. It's because this is the work that you're meant to do. But just knowing that you want to do it is not the same thing as knowing how to do it. So start with figuring out who can you serve. Narrow down that purpose-driven expert niche, then package your genius into a signature program, a process that will help deliver those results for your clients. Then start conversations with real human beings. You're going to find out more about what they're suffering with and how you can help them. And then take imperfect action and launch. Just do the best you can. And then lastly, work with what works. So you will still have questions at the end of this video. I know that. So ask me, but also what I've done is I've got another video that I want to share with you that dives deep. It's on how to start your health coaching practice in a day. So we dive deep onto the steps. We take these concepts and go further. So if you're like, this sounds good, I'm ready, the time is now, I want to do this, check out this next video because I'll walk you all the way there. Have a fantastic week. And of course, be good for you.